With the NFL coming to a start in the next couple of weeks, it's a very exciting time for us NFL fans. So I wanted to break down what I think would happen in each division. And in today's video, we're talking about the NFC South. I'll go over each 4 teams in order of who I think is going to win the division, who will finish last. I'll also go over some standout rookies, standout players, and overall what I think of this division as a whole. So make sure to leave your comments down below. And before we get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. At number 1, I have the Buccaneers, and I tossed in between 1 and 2. But I think I'll ultimately land with the Buccaneers. I think they'll be the better overall team. They have the best quarterback in the division right now with Baker Mayfield. And I think they've been consistently really good for the past couple of years. They've been consistently a playoff contender. And I don't think anything will change next season. They didn't have too much shakeup. Yes, I know the vibes are kind of down right now. Vita wants out. Baker is asking for a contract extension. But I also think there's a lot of optimism to be had for this Buccaneers team, who's getting younger, who's going to get better, and have a pretty easy division to beat, in all honesty. I think first off, we got to start with Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain will have a massive chip on his shoulder, drafted 15th overall. He was the best edge rusher in this draft class, or one of the best edge rushers in this draft class. On top of that, I think Emeka Egbuka will become the solidified true number 1 option and one of the best receivers in this division. I think he'll break out into being a maybe borderline top 15 receiver in the league, and his chemistry with Baker Mayfield will only continue to grow. And also Baker Mayfield heading into a contract year, looking for a contract extension. I think he will ball out, leading the Buccaneers to be the best team in the NFC South. At number 2, a very close number 2, I have the Panthers at 2. I think Bryce Young is in a make or break year. Not that he has not done anything in the past year, but I also think the Panthers are looking at this realistically, looking at what the Texans have done with CJ Stroud. They're looking at Young, can you do it again? And I believe he will live up to that first overall pick status. Maybe not the generational superstar, but he will be a franchise quarterback nonetheless. My biggest take from this division is that McMillan will be a top 10 receiver this year, and I think he will absolutely break out as that type of receiver. He was incredible his rookie year, and will only continue to grow that chemistry with Canales, with Bryce Young, the rest of this offense, and I think he will be the best receiver in this division. If it weren't for some crazy injury luck that the Panthers unfortunately have to go through, I would put them at number 1, but this is also year 3 with Canales, and the chemistry is finally getting their groove. We all know what year 1 looks like, but I think coming off of a playoff appearance, the highs of last season, and massive improvements, I think the Panthers will be able to maybe make the playoffs again and finish closely second in the NFC South. At number 3, I have the Saints. I expect a massive leap with the additions to the offense with Jordan Tyson, Travis Etienne, and a healthy Chris Olave coming off a contract extension. I think this offense could be really fun to watch. It will be brand new, Kellen Moore year 2, and I think just this offense and the way that the Saints have been, there'll finally be some positive direction instead of them just be middling in the entire league. They also have great 2 young franchise corner tackles that will improve on both sides of the line, and I just really believe in the Saints team and this offense. The defense, however, is their weakness for sure. I don't really see any hope for their defense, but I think their offense will be very well and very good. I also think Tyler Shuck will play very well relative to expectations. I think he'll be a good mid-tier quarterback for his team, and I think he'll reach his potential as that this season. Lastly, I have the Falcons at 4, and look, the Falcons team might be the most stacked on this division, to be honest, but the quarterback position is really just the biggest question for this division and for this team. Who do you have starting, Tua or Penix? Both of them are coming off injury question marks, poor performance question marks. How is Tua going to perform in a non-Mike McDaniel offense outside of Miami? How is Penix going to look now? It's just massive questions that I don't think I can put them over any of these teams in the NFC South. However, that isn't to say that this team is not going to be exciting. Bijan Robinson will be arguably the best running back in the league. Drake London will be a great receiver, and Kyle Pitts will hopefully have another great season. Their offense will carry hard, and also their question mark is the defensive line. James Pierce Jr. is a question mark right now, and it just really depends on the quarterback play. So I'm gonna go over some of the awards that I will give out to this division, and starting off, I'll start with MVP. And I think MVP will belong to Bryce Young. He'll have a great season, and at the end of the season, I think he'll be the best quarterback from this division and be a borderline top 10 guy. I really believe in Bryce Young. Year 3 Canales, as I mentioned, Ted McMillan will break out, and I think they'll form a great duo. I think Bryce Young will finally have some stability in his career, stability in terms of how he is viewed, stability in there's a lot of continuity from the previous year to this year, And I just believe in Bryce Young. Offensive Player of the Year, nothing really to explain. It's going to be Bijan Robinson. I think he can have a historic season, despite all the hype that Gibbs is getting, and I'm on that hype train as well. People are soon to forget that Bijan Robinson is a generational talent. And I think despite the Falcons finishing 4th in my prediction and their offense being questionable, or their defense being questionable, I think that he will have a great season, another maybe borderline 2,000 scrimmage yard season. Bijan Robinson is just awesome. For Defensive Player of the Year, there's not too many candidates that I could pick from. I was going to say either Derek Brown or Jesse Bates, or maybe a young guy that leaps out of nowhere. But I think just defensively, this is a kind of middling defensive kind of division. Doesn't really matter who I pick here. There's no standout player, but I'll be very surprised and excited to see who comes out for this Defensive Player of the Year at the end of the year. For Offensive Rookie of the Year, I have Jordan Tyson. I think Jordan Tyson will form one of the best receiver duos in the NFC with Chris Olave, and I think he has all the talent to get open. The only question mark is just for his ability to stay healthy, but I think Jordan Tyson will have an incredible rookie year and be a large part onto why the Saints offense will be much improved and why Tyler Shough will play well next season. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I think I talked about it before, Ruben Bain. I don't think there's anybody else in contention. I think he's going to have a monster Defensive Rookie of the Year season, and he is probably in contention for being the favorite or one of the favorites to actually win the entire thing across the league. Then my Breakout Player of the Year, I said this is going to be Ted McMillan. I think McMillan is actually going to dominate the entire NFL with Bryce Young. And I know I talk about the Panthers a lot with their offense, and maybe you're questioning why they're not number one. I just think the Buccaneers will be better. But Ted McMillan, I think he will have an incredible season, be a top 10 guy, and really solidify why he was picked number 4 in last year's draft and why he is a borderline generational talent. And I think him and Bryce Young will form a scary wide receiver quarterback duo. I think overall, we can pretty confidently say that this is the worst division in the NFL by at least a little bit. And this division is pretty even. And I know despite the rankings that I had, I could see this division going either way, to be honest, but I will say this is the weakest in the division. There are a lot of young talent, a lot of young teams that are growing this division that'll continually get better over time, and it looks like this era is just starting for the NFC South. But that's the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a comment down below, leave a like, and subscribe.